right, Macy's with a move here. Nice little pop there. I'm looking in the details right now, of course, using Benzinga Pro to find out why this is popping. Looks like we are at
Upgrade.
a pre-market high. Morgan upgraded Macy's from neutral to overweight, raising the price target from 28 now to $29. Not the biggest raise of the target price.
29?
Yeah, you get what I mean? Like, that's not the biggest raise of the price target, but it is an upgrade, right? From neutral
Upgrade
to overweight. Yeah.
All these are so beat up. I mean, if you think we're rah bull, the retail stocks are way oversold. So the trends are awful. They're all sitting on the lows. But you got life last week with Kohl's. We talked about that. I'm still long Kohl's with the CEO buy. Now you get an upgrade for Macy's. There's obviously.
Was it UBS last week that gave the negative on retail?
I don't know. I can't remember that.
I'm pretty sure it was UBS.
Yeah.
But they are so beat up, some of these stocks, and the valuations are attractive here. I mean, it's just a matter of, do you really think, if you think that we're coming out and we're going into a rah bull market, these retail stocks are all buys.
Yeah,
I think still somewhat concerned that we're not through the worst part and a recession could still happen here. So I'm somewhat cautious. I still own a piece of Kohl's. Didn't add to it. It actually looks not bad to add to it. If you wanted to take a shot on the Kohl's, you got the double bottom from the last 2 days of 22.82, 22.91. I mean, it's there. That's your number to lean on. Macy's has been murdered. I mean, the stock trades, I don't know what the P is on Macy's, but again, if we're going to recession, these earnings can go negative. So you just got to be careful just looking at low PEs, but these retail stocks are really beat up, man.
Yeah, we talked about this last week. Someone and just talked about that whole $16.50 to $17 area that the big boys had stepped up back in October. That's history now. To me, 19. We're still 90 cents away from that. That's a big resistance area. That's where the bulls got to get it through and start to work their way back up to 22, 23. The top of yesterday's range, I don't know if you're going to get a look at that, but that's where I'd maybe look for about 1764. So nice pop in Macy's.
All right, we'll see if we get back there towards that hourly level. Let's keep going. Let's get to some of the stocks that are on this list. And there's some different kind of therapeutic stocks there. I'm not going to talk too much because definitely no expert in the therapeutic stocks.
Tough. Yep.
Oxy, of course, showing up there. Of course, that's going to be into play. ERX here showing up here. This is energy 2x leverage bull.
All oil stocks in this thing.
A bunch of oil stocks just showing up left and right.
With oil stocks.
USO, right? I mean, we know exactly why, right? These stocks are definitely moving. What I think is surprising, and we didn't really talk about it, was the XLE, because the XLE was down looking like it wanted to break. And then now you're getting this big bounce off this trend line off the bottom area. So now it's looking like it wants to come back towards the 90s. I mean,
but you're 86, so now your risk reward 75.
Yeah, you're in the middle.
You're getting towards the top of the range, and you're chasing here.
It's tough.
I think you got to wait for a pullback now. Just my opinion.
I kind of agree with that.
I like oil still going forward here. I don't think we're in a deflationary environment here. I do think that energy prices are going to continue to probably go higher here. So I like oil, but I don't like it today. This is a huge move here. I just don't buy. This is one of the biggest moves in oil that we have seen in years. This is a big one. Just out of the blue. When's the last time we had a 4% up move in XLE overnight? When's the last time we had the oil USO trading up 5-6% overnight? It's been a long time.
The last time the OPEC did cuts. I mean, that's
good news, but I think you got to wait for a pullback now. And they might continue. I mean, and again, at a certain point, like if Oxy, we're still in a trading range here. If Oxy gets up to that 70, I may sell it and then try to re-get, because it's worked for us so many times before, this 58 to 60 and then selling it higher. So I think, I'm going to hold on the Oxy today, 66. It's been a good trade, but I think there's could be some more room to the upside. So maybe I'm holding some of these names, but if you're a short-term day trader or short-term swing trader, it's a pretty good opportunity to sell into. Book some profits. I won't argue with you if you're taking some profits into this.
Yeah, I mean, look at your targets too. I mean, that's one thing. You get these outside move. I mean, let's see if crude is $1.69 off its high. There's a lot of air in here. So right now the battle's at $80. But I mean, if you don't think this thing's going to have 50, 60, 70, cent rips either way, I don't know. We'll see if it could close over 80 and make a sustained bid there. But 66.50 looks like a good number, Dennis, if you're thinking of lighting up in the Oxy. What else you got for us, Mitch?
Yeah, let's keep it going. There's not too much on the up move here. So let's go. Let's take a look at the down, see if there's anything that shows up for us, that stands out for us there. Definitely seeing some companies down here. We got SCO, that's of course the negative. Oil. WWE, of course, showing up. We've talked a little bit about
tough
that.
one. I don't know.
PDD taking a hit today. That's an interesting one that's showing up here. What do you think about China Tech? PDD taking a pretty hard beating right now.
We've run a long ways. I mean, again, we're still in a range-bound market, and Alibaba itself up 25% in 2 weeks. I mean, these are huge gains. So I still think we're in a trading environment where we talked about the possibility of China catch-up trade. Well, it caught up. So I mean, yeah, if you're in those trades, it's probably time to ring the register. PDD got beat up after the earnings and never really recovered, so it's a little bit of a different story. Yeah. But you look at all of them. Baidu had a huge run. Baba.
There's a story too, right? There's developing here, right? It's all about spying and China apps. So all China apps right now are being kind of reviewed for if they do spying for China, and this is why PDD is taking a beating today. You'll see a headline that we talk about it. Is Pinduoduo the next TikTok Chinese app accused of spying on users? So be careful with any name that has some exposure with something this, right? I would really be careful right now, especially as regulators are trying to go after TikTok right now and try to get them to sell certain parts of their assets and things to be, heavily regulated there, so that there is no spying from the China government. I would be careful with stocks like this.
And they're talking about the balloon all weekend too. I mean, it took military information, the Chinese spy balloons. So we still have a lot of geopolitical risk with China overall as well. It's still there. Didn't go away.
And interesting name on the downside in tech is Meta.
Huh? It's just had an incredible run. I mean, made the high of the move yesterday. I don't know. Forget about that gap fill or whatever. Now that you backed off 224, actually, the big tech right now is telling you, to lay off a little bit. They're all traded down. Apple, Microsoft, Google, Amazon. Let's just look at Friday's low. You're $3 off Friday's low in Meta. I mean, how can you get concerned about it going down until it takes out Friday's low? I will use that.
The trends are still here.
Yeah, 1194 was the high close of the move. That was on Friday. Good volume on Friday too. So, man, these things are. This is one of those back and fill days, right? Like where the resistance is. The close on Friday. The hype. The pre-market low is still 10 handles away, but there's just it didn't get low enough to the daily pivot overnight, but we'll see. Tight range overnight, Dennis. 15 handles.
All right, that's going to do it for our TradeZero segment. Of course, you guys can keep up with everything that TradeZero does and check out their short inventory. If you guys are looking for shorts, looking for some locates, definitely check out TradeZero. They have an excellent advantage in that. I'm going to throw up a link here for you guys to go ahead and, of course, get the TradeZero Zero Pro program for 3 months for free.